Welcome to the channel, guys. This is my first official video strategy picks, and we're gonna do a full breakdown of the card the way I see it, and let's just jump right into it. First fight of the card, we got, hopefully I don't butcher this, Timarius Vidal versus Rendon, and this is a clear winner in my opinion. Vidal is going to smoke Rendon. The record's a bit iffy because it shows like 5-0, like, ooh, this is tough, right? It's really not though, because who she fought? A bunch of people that's not even in the UFC. Vidal, on the other hand, has been in the UFC fighting and winning, of course. And the last knockout with the big knee strike, that was flashy, that was nice. Hopefully she gets another TKO for parlay's sake and everything like that. But for the first fight, again, we're going for Vidal. We're saying TKO. Second round, easily. Yeah, definitely about a second round. Maybe even in the first if she's aggressive with it. Second fight, we got Mizuki versus Hannah Goldie. Again, I see this as another clear favorite. We don't need to waste no time with this one. Mizuki easily takes this. I don't care if she's out of the ring for 3 months, 3 years, or 10 years. She is going to smoke Goldie out of her socks. And that's just because of her experience level is 20 times past Goldie's experience. And she did take a 3-year layaway, Mizuki did, but she's coming back, and this is her comeback fight. They got her a jobber, as we would say in the wrestling business, to bring her back on this fight with. So Mizuki will win this fight, and it should be a great showing. I wish, the way I have it set up with my fantasy league right now, I wanted her on it. So if anyone's doing fantasy watching this video, this is an amazing pick to have. Just, you gotta trust me on this. And yeah, Mizuki will win it. I'm gonna say submission. I'll at least get one of these right. TKO, Vidal, Mizuki by submission. Goldie will probably come out super aggressive, but she'll run out of gas like relatively fast, and that should be the tale of the tape. To the third bout we go. Jake Collider, who has a side job, by the way, going to fight Muhammad Usman, who should be taking his career a slightly more serious route by now, but you know, we'll talk about that in a second. Usman's going up against Jake right now. He should win this one easily. I don't like that the odds is this close. That kind of worries me. This is a worrisome one for me, chat. Usman should knock him out, right? But there's this horrible feeling I got that Collier is gonna find some goofy win and ruin everything. Hopefully, Usman comes out with a game plan in his head, sticks to it, and knocks this guy like how he should and gets a KO. If that happens, then, you know, everything's perfect. Because that's, so far my parlay is like these three together, right? And if you put these three together with Mizuki, Vidal, and Usman, you should be at like plus 200 so right now, or around that. It's really good money. If you just put those three together, you should make loads. If Usman does his job, this is the one I'm kind of worried about. The odds is like just too close for comfort. I do think Usman's gonna win though by TKO. I don't understand why this guy don't finish his fights. Like, he should not be getting as many decisions as he does. He's freaking goofy, bro. Like, as big as you are, like, knock someone out, bro. And this guy's a side job. If you don't knock this guy out, I'm never picking you again. Usman, do your damn job. On to the next. We got a middleweight bout in this division. We got Cody Brundage, and we got Jacob Malkoun. We ain't gonna waste no time. Jacob Malkoun will win, hopefully inside the distance, because I have another parlay going. And Jacob gotta finish this guy. I'm gonna be straight up with you. This is some of the widest odds I've ever seen. So I'm gonna just trust odds makers on this one, and Jacob will win inside the distance. I was never gonna put him in my parlay with minus 575, so that's why we put him in the parlay with like minus 105. Will finish inside the distance. This is my reasoning. And yeah, let's go, Jacob. Let's see a nice finish tomorrow or today, depending on when you watch this video. And yeah, on to the next. We have a welterweight bout. Tim Means versus Andre Fiallo. Alright. The odds is very close, and this is where we get a bit controversial. I truly believe 100% in my heart, as much research I've done in this, I think Tim Means gets this knockout. I know he hasn't knocked anyone out in a long time, but Andre's been getting knocked out by everyone, and I think that trend continues with Tim Means. Tim Means looked great in his last fight. Before he got submitted, this dude was looking spicy. That's all I gotta say about that. Andre's been looking, pretty mid, as I like to say it. He's been looking mid. I don't even know why he's a minus favorite. So at plus 145, put Tim Means in all of your parlays. Trust me on this. Trust StrataG picks on this one. Tim Means comes out of this a freaking winner. And that's just all I gotta say about that. His record is wild though. 32 wins and 15 losses. This dude probably faced a whole roster in his lifetime. I don't know how many more fights he's got in him. Hopefully he's not trying to retire on this fight. If he does got some hidden information, he might just job out to Andre and just ruin everything I've said so far. If so, this is gonna look really bad. That's my first video, but all good. We move on, you know. So Tim Means by knockout, probably in like round 2 or 3, because Andre has to get tired first. He's gonna come out swinging. Should be a sparky, nice swing shot. I doubt they'd get to the ground at all. And the last prelim fight, Dan Argueta versus Johns. This fight got my head hurting because at the beginning when I seen this fight, I was like, oh, for sure Johns got it, 100%. But then the more I looked at it, I'm like, nah, Argueta has it. I've been really doing research on this fight, and the reason I switched back to Argueta is because his wrestling. I think he'll get him to the ground, and that will be the end of it, pretty much. I watched a recent match Argueta had, and he took this dude down, and it's the no contest you see from his last fight. That's the one I was watching, and he looked good. He looked actually insane from that fight. And if he could pull something like that off, Mal Johns ain't gonna be able to do much with his hands. Like, I know Mal Johns is gonna come out and like, oh, I'm a KO him like the last fights, but if you're facing a wrestler, like, unless you get some lucky strikes, I think it's gonna be a pretty bad night. So we're going with Argueta. Trust the odds makers with this one. Minus 175. Put him in your parlay. Argueta will win this bout. Let's go. 9-1, about to make it 10-1, and we move on to the main card. Featherweight bout. Ricardo Ramos versus Charles Jourdain. This is another one. Chat, where I'm just kind of split. People is on this Charles Jourdain's guy's side for some odd reason. I'm not at all. I'll just be the first to say it. I think he freaking gets smoked here. I think Ricardo Ramos, I watched him come out in the weigh-ins, and he looked serious. Charles Jourdain looked like he was taking a freaking selfie or something. He came out smiling, looking goofy. Ramos looked. Oh my god, I can't even speak. I'm so excited for this fight. Ramos came out looking like a killer. You are not telling me that Jourdain gonna do anything to this man. Ramos is gonna come out, get him to the ground, and submit him round number 1. Bet it. Ramos wins 1+14. I think he should be the favorite. Brazil always beats up Canada. Let's be real. And look at the reach. Look at the leg. He beats him in all categories. He even beats him on the record. 16-4. The other dude, 14-6. He's more used to losing. Trust the records. And then this time around, you can't trust the odds. Odd makers have no clue what's going on anymore. Ricardo Ramos will win this, and we will see if I'm right about this underdog as well, moving into tomorrow. And like I said, if you think I'm just crazy, let me know in the comments. But Ramos, I'm a full fan of him, and he will smoke Charles Jourdain. On to the next one. Brian Battle, AJ Fletcher. the odd makers are 100% correct. I think, honestly, I think Battle should be minus 250 at least. In weigh-ins, this dude looked like AJ Fletcher looked like Battle could be like his dad or something. But yeah, the reach 77 to 67. AJ Fletcher is gonna have to really get on the inside if he even wants to hit him. If he goes for the takedown, Brian Battle has great takedown defense. It's not gonna look good. He can't strike him. He can't get near him. He's gonna have a hard time grappling with him. This should be a slaughter showing, and Battle has that nice grit that he's shown in many bouts before this. Brian Battle takes this and a slaughterhouse showing, like I've said, and he will win this very clearly. I'm very excited for this match. I don't know, is he gonna KO him, but it'd be amazing to see. Brian Battle will win for sure, for sure. Moving on to a women's match again, women's strawweight bout. Marina Rodriguez and Waterson. Supposedly they fought already, and I just figured that out recently. And Marina won the first time. Pretty much, she's gonna win again. And yeah, the odds show it. When they fight, it's probably gonna show it again. This record is wild. 18 wins and 11 losses. Is she just here for a paycheck? Is the type of questions I'd be asking at this point. Something that is a little bit worrisome is that Marina has lost her last fight. But besides that, her record is still... the record itself, like... If you don't show anything else and just show 16-3 versus 18-11, we have a clear winner. So that's all we're gonna base that off of. Marina will win this, and it's gonna be handed. Gonna hand out a good ass beating in this one. On to the next one. Featherweight, Bryce Mitchell, Dan Age, or I don't even know how to say his last name honestly. I probably butchered that, but Mitchell is coming off of a wild loss, and Dan is coming off of 2 wins out of his last 5. He lost 3 and then won 2. Reach similar, legs similar enough. Minus 205. I feel like this line should be closer to me. I feel like Dan's gonna give him a hard time, but Bryce Mitchell should be able to take him to the ground, control him just about every round, and get an easy decision. I'm gonna agree with pretty much everyone else on this one. Bryce Mitchell has a lot to prove, and he's really angry right now at his ex-girlfriend. A lot of outside of the ring issues he's dealing with, and yeah, I think he just really wants to fight. If he could channel that anger into something special, he might even get a KO. Actually, I'll be the first channel to say it. Bryce Mitchell by KO. He's going to spark this guy out, and it's going to be an amazing fashion. Let's go, Bryce Mitchell. I'm ready to see it. So, Bryce, he will be winning. Trust the odd makers. Trust StrataG picks. Moving on to the main event of the evening. Let's go. We got... Oh my gosh, what have I done this time? It is all blue. Alrighty. We got Fiziev versus Gamrot. Yeah. We got the 12-2 versus the 22-2. Look at that difference. A loss versus a mystery fight. I have no idea. UFC, fix your fucking site, you losers. So we got minus 155 versus plus 130. I think it's gonna be a lot closer than what people think. Fiziev, he lost, but he's gonna come out striking like a horse. If Gamrot can get him to the ground, then of course it's gonna be Gamrot's game. If he doesn't, it's gonna be Fiziev's game, and that's all there is to say about that. I don't know why people's complicating it so much, and you know, turning this fight into like a 30-minute TED Talk. Pretty much, Gamrot, I think, has an edge in this. I don't see Fiziev getting it done when he was versing Gaethje. His striking didn't look all too impressive to me. As long as Gamrot just protects himself, gets in there, you get a little grappling, a little leg sweep or something, get something going. I think it could go the distance. I do think it's going to go to a decision as well. There won't be any KOs. I doubt there'd be a submission. It should just be an absolute brawl. This whole card's amazing, by the way. I feel like every fight is well designed by the matchmakers. Let's just give them one big round of applause and say thank you to the matchmakers. All these fights are gonna be amazing. Some of these odds is a bit mixed. In my opinion, I'm gonna make a lot of money this weekend. That's all I gotta say about that. But yeah, what is some of your picks? Put them down in the comments below. Let me know who you're picking. I'm gonna put some of my picks in the comments below. If I get any comments below, I'll make sure I will. And yeah, guys, this has been StrataG Picks. Enjoy the fights.